we've talked this week about the series that ESPN.com is running where they poll executives, coaches, scouts, and they talk about the top 10 players at each position. And today's is tight end. And I did not think that Juwan Johnson would make the top 10 tight ends in the league. Like, I don't think he's a top 10 tight end. I don't think Foster Moreau is. Taysom Hill is hurt, 1, and 2 is kind of a gadget player as opposed to a tight end. So I didn't think that the Saints would have one on the list. And they don't. But you look through, and it's Brock Bowers at 1, George Kittle at 2, Sam Laporta from Detroit at 3, Trey McBride from Arizona is at 4, Kelsey still hanging in there at 5, Mark Andrews at 6, who's been great in Baltimore, TJ Hawkinson from Minnesota at 7, Isaiah Likely from the Ravens at 8, Dallas Goedert, who's been really good at Philly, is number 9, and then David Njoku is number 10. But they also, in this story, go through honorable mention. So we've already done 10 tight ends. And now we get into honorable mention. You got Dalton Kincaid and Pat Freiermuth, Hunter Henry, Evan Ingram, Cole Kmet, Jake Ferguson, Jonnu Smith. You've added 7 names to the top 10 list. That's 17. And you haven't gotten to Juwan Johnson. And then they do the also receiving votes, and you get Dalton Schultz, 18, Tucker Kraft, 19, Kyle Pitts, the Falcons, 20, before you get to Juwan Johnson at 21. 21. And that's a fair ranking, I think. But that just brings me back to the contract that the Saints gave Juwan Johnson this offseason. And you're looking at a deal here that is 3 years, $30.7 million. $11 million of that is a signing bonus, and $21.2 is guaranteed. But you're talking about a guy that's going to carry a cap hit of $5 million this year and $13 million next year before you get it out. And he would be $13.5 the following year. And you're talking about a guy who's in his age 29 season, who has never had 550 yards receiving, who's not some sort of red zone mismatch. And I'm looking at this going, the Saints have done a good job, in my opinion, of kind of chilling out on the contracts. They haven't made any splashes in free agency. They haven't done a lot of big multi-year deals. I didn't love the Kamara deal, but I kind of get it. He's a guy that wants to be in New Orleans. He's still a very productive player. Juwan Johnson is just such a meh tight end. And to give him $30 million, $21 million guaranteed, a cap hit of $13 million in the second year of that deal when he's in his age 30 season, it's just so odd to me based on the other things that they've done, essentially, which is just chilling out. I mean, I look at Juwan Johnson last year. He played in 17 games, all of them, which is great. He had 3 touchdowns and 548 yards. That's an easy guy to replace to me. And I know that you've seen big success from Kellen Moore with his tight ends. And maybe there's something more in this than the numbers bear out right now because the new offensive system is coming in. But the more I look at that contract, the more I go, that's just a miss for where the Saints are right now. If you've got a guy that's been a pillar in your passing game, a guy that's a key cog, even though he's not the most freakish athlete on the field, that's been uber productive and he just fits your system and you know what you got and it's a good deal, then fine. But it felt odd to give a 29-year-old tight end $30 million. And it's just exacerbated when I look at the ESPN list and the people that are in the sport that certainly know it far, far better than I do are looking at this going, yeah, we got 20 guys that are better than him. And I realize that some of these guys like Kelsey are making significantly more money than Juwan Johnson. Like, I got that. It's not like grossly out of place. It's not like they're paying him $21 million a year. They're not giving him Justin Jefferson money. But it's just a contract that I think about the negotiation against nobody. Like, who are you trying to fight off for Juwan Johnson? Who's just beating down his door to up the ante? I don't see that. I see a guy that plays a decent amount, that catches 450 yards worth of balls, catches 3 touchdowns, and that's really what you get. He's 6'4", not 6'6". He's 231 pounds. Like he's fine. He's a fine player. He's a fine player, but he's very replaceable at a cheaper price tag than what the Saints slapped on him. And when I watched ESPN rip off 20 guys in front of him that they feel like are better, and then it just reminds me of what they did there, I'm like, Mickey, I don't think so. And I liked a lot of the chillaxness of Mickey the last year. Like, it's clear to me they have made a pivot, and that's a good thing. This is the outlier over the last year and a half, because I don't even think this is like Kamara. Like, I wouldn't pay Kamara what they did. We've been over that. But this is just, And I just wish they hadn't done that. And there's nothing against Juwan Johnson. I'm told he's a really nice guy, great in the community, great family man, great in the locker room. Like, I don't have any beef with Juwan Johnson. I've got just a tinge of uncomfortability with his contract. And today was that crystallized just a little bit. So we'll see. Maybe they unlock something new. Maybe they unlock something new with Kellen Moore. I think from a productivity standpoint and an offense and a scheme standpoint, all bets are off on what the Saints decide to do this year. And if I'm wrong and Juwan Johnson catches 800 yards worth of balls and 7 touchdowns this year, I'll be like, oh, well, I was dead wrong. Awesome job, Kellen Moore. Great job, Mickey. That's awesome. I just don't have reason to believe that's going to happen. We'll see. That's my look at the Saints here on this Monday. If you're looking for Saints content, we got it for you. Certainly at LouisianaSports.net. Ross Jackson just churning them out over there at LouisianaSports.net. Coming up with fresh content every single day on the Black and Gold. If you're looking for my takes on the Saints, Hunt on Saints on YouTube or wherever you find your podcast, Hunt on Saints. Subscribe up to that as we get closer and closer to the Saints reporting inside 2 weeks away from the Saints reporting to camp. So fired up for all of that. Hey, it's Hunt. Thanks for watching Hunt on Saints. Before you leave, help us out a little bit. Hit that like button, leave your comments in the section below, and hit that subscribe button so you get all our content right here from Hunt on Saints. We'll see you next time.